Reliance among top Nifty gainers today. Brokerage CLSA says that the stock is a bargain buy at current levels, expects a 35% upside going ahead. This is the third positive report in Reliance in a week.
RIL surges after it introduces a new family plan for 599 rupees with a provision for 5 SIM cards. Also introduces a new cheaper Airtel Black Bundle plans.
HDFC AMC gains after SBI mutual fund buys about 2% equity at 1,600 rupees a piece. Meanwhile, PVR also higher despite Warburg Pink is selling its entire 2.5% stake in the company. Maybe supply pressure over.
UTI AMC surges 5% after PPFAA mutual fund buys more than 11 lakh shares in the company. The deal was done at a price of around 636 rupees per share.
Sterling & Wilson up 6% after emerging as a successful bidder for an NTPC renewable energy project worth 2,100 crore rupees.
Hello and welcome to Chartbusters. I'm Nigel D'Souza and joining me as always is Mangalam Malu. Well, Mangalam, it's a good trading session so far. We started in the green. We dipped, 20, 30 points from the top, even 40 points at the top, but those dips are getting bought into. So let's see how things pan out. We have a big event coming because we get the FOMC decision tomorrow in terms of rate hikes. But a pretty decent start, I think, to the session. It
is a pretty decent start, Nigel. The second half holds the key. But importantly, over the last couple of trading sessions, we've seen dips being bought into. So that perhaps, reinforces the thesis that the 16,850, 16,750 to 850 zone could be a bit of a strong support zone. So we'll take it as it comes. For now, we're doing extremely well. Shilpa Rao joins in for a quick technical check on the market. Shilpa, what are your thoughts on, the levels which we're bouncing from? And do you think there is a bottom that we've put in place for the near term at least?
Good morning, Nigel and Mangalam. Talking about indices, we have witnessed that in the past 15 odd sessions, the long-short ratio of as per FIS data has been very, very dangerously low. Yesterday, it was at 8.6% and 91.4%. The ratio is at the lowest as of now. So from here, what we can expect that, since there is no space for further shorts as expected, we will see a rally towards 17,400 to 17,600 zones. From there, again, maybe we'll see a massive sell-off coming, where we might see the breakdown of 16,800 zones. But as of now, the balance shift of this long-short ratio is a mandate now, and we should see a rally towards 17,450 on the minimum side. And likewise, Bank Nifty, it has a resistance at around 40,000, 40,100 zones. Above that, you will see a rally towards 41,500.
Okay, all right. So you're playing for a bit of a relief rally then, Shilpa, today. What about individual stocks? What are you working with?
I have one buy on Titan now. Titan, if you see trading at 2508 odd zones and futures now, it has given a breakout. And if this sustains 2480 as a stop loss on immediate basis, you should look for targets of 2560 to 2600 zones as well. The other one would be a buy in MCX. MCX also has given a breakout now above 1500 zones. So with a tight stop loss of 1490 from here, look for targets of 1545 to 1560 zones.
Would you have a view on Reliance, Shilpa? Because we've seen a big move on that counter with that, with the sheer weight that it has on the index. I'm sure, it has to move higher for the Nifty to achieve the targets that you're talking about right now, the relief rally. It's up around 3%, almost quarter to 3%. Your thoughts on where it goes from here?
Are you talking about Reliance, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, Reliance, if you see, it has bottomed out around 2200 zones, and it has now taken a support very well from those levels. So from here, you can expect a target towards 2320 and 2360 as well. And if this bottom is sustaining, and if we are looking at the targets for Nifty of around 17,400 to 17,600, then this targets of 2360 to 2400 zones will very easily be achievable.
All right, Shilpa, thank you so much for joining in and giving us your views on individual stocks as well as the indices. With that, we'll shift focus to our special segment where we get you a few ideas for profit coming in from our colleagues at Money Control Pro. Neha Dave joins in.
Today's stock idea is ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank's stock performance has been lackluster in the recent times. The underperformance of the stock, especially when compared to that of HDFC Bank, is in contrast to the bank's fundamental strengths and its earnings performance. ICICI Bank delivered a record high margin of around 4.8% on its domestic book in Q3 FY23, which is way above 4.1% of margins delivered by HDFC Bank in the same period. No doubt domestic margins have peaked and will come under pressure in the coming quarters. However, earnings will be supported by lower credit cost and healthy advances growth. The bank has a high provision coverage ratio of around 82%, which along with excess provisions will limit the future credit cost and support earnings. In terms of valuation, ICICI Bank is currently trading at around 2 times core book value estimated for FY24, which is attractive considering that return on asset has inched above 2% and return on equity has improved to 15%. In relative valuation terms also, ICICI Bank is trading at more than 20% discount to that of HDFC Bank, which offers a room for re-rating. Overall, ICICI Bank offers the best risk reward in the banking space. Investors should use the current market volatility to accumulate this stock for long term.
Okay, all right, Neha, thanks a lot for that. Well, for the time, we will slip into a short break. Up next, we'll be joined by Mahesh Palawat, the VP at SkyMet. He's joining in to give us a brief analysis on the unseasonal rains that we've seen across India.
Well, the market's doing well this morning. We have a couple of stocks which have spiked to the highs of this morning. Crompton from the broader markets has moved to the high point of trade, sitting with a gain of almost 4% now. HDFC, AMC, of course, the supply pressure over that stock, sitting with a gain of almost 4.5% as well. And inching closer towards the highs of trade is Jubilant Foodworks, sitting with a gain of almost 2%. But this morning, Mumbai and parts of Maharashtra actually woke up to unseasonal strong rains. And over the last few weeks as well, we've seen, unseasonal rains, hailstorms, etc. taking place across the country, resulting in perhaps severe losses to crops as well as impacting the world at large as well, largely because it also came on the back of a big heat wave. How does that impact the world? First up, we have Manisha to tell us more, and at the same time, we'll also be joined by SkyMet to detail what the plan is forward. Manisha, it's unseasonal rains after unwavering heat.
Oh, well, yes. Feb was the hottest month in 122 years, and March clearly has brought about a lot of unseasonal rain, thunderstorms and hailstorms. So at best, as we keep saying, that weather is unpredictable. Delhi actually, yesterday, 24 hours, most rain in the month of March in 3 years. So we seem to be making and breaking records at this point in time. I'm reading out what IMD also has predicted about going forward. One, the unseasonal rains are because of the western disturbance and cyclonic situation that is coming on Rajasthan. We also have seen rains and hailstorms in many parts of northeast, south and central India as well. That IMD says will subside and has started to subside as well. But there is a fresh spell of rainfall and thunderstorms now coming in for north and northwest. So is the reason you are looking at so much rains happening in Gujarat, hailstorms as well, in Maharashtra as well. The next 3-4 hours today especially is going to be important there, where there is more rainfall expected in Mumbai, Thane and Raingarh for the rest of the day as well. And until 24th of March, there are expectations that various states, whether it's about Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Haryana, Uttarakhand and West Bengal, etc., are some of the states which will continue to see more thunderstorms, hail and rainfall as well. So it hasn't ended yet, and until 24th of March, the expectation being, the forecast being that you could be looking at this weather continuing.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Manisha. Well, to discuss more about the weather and the impact it could have, we're joined by Mr. Mahesh Palawat, the VP at SkyMet Weather Services, who joins in. Hi, Mahesh. Thanks so much for joining in. Well, unseasonal rains. We here at Mumbai got stumped early this morning. We were wondering how to get to work. All of a sudden, reaching for umbrellas and, parts of the road as well were flooded. But you tell us, from a stock market perspective, these unseasonable rains may not be very, very good for harvest, right? If you could tell us your initial comment on that.
Yeah, we think that now this unseasonal rain has widely damaged the crops across Gujarat, particularly northern parts of Gujarat, many parts of Rajasthan due to hailstorm, strong winds and thunder shower activities, particularly Jeera, Isabgol. These crops were damaged over Rajasthan, many parts of Rajasthan. Madhya Pradesh also recorded heavy hailstorm activities, including Delhi and parts of Haryana. So all these areas have been recording unseasonal rain and intense weather activity, we can say extreme weather activities, since last 4 to 5 days. These weather activities commenced by March 17 and continued until 20. Now the weather activities will subside, but there is a substantial damage to crop across many states of the country. Yeah.
Substantial damage to crops across many states of the country. That does not sound too well, Mr. Palawat. But, also wanted to understand, were you at SkyMed, expecting something like this to happen? And, going forward as well, any thoughts on how monsoons are likely to pan out, mainly because everyone's talking about El Nino too?
Yeah, initially, when we were in the month of February, we were expecting that yes, March is going to follow the route of February, and it will be the heat wave will commence by later part of March. But suddenly, the changes in weather pattern was indicated, and we forecasted the rain activities from 16 onward, 17 onward, and we have given warning to farmers through our website and app that you can do all the harvesting up to 16th of March. Thereafter, inclement weather is going to happen over many parts of Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Northwest India, including eastern parts of the country. And now these weather activities will subside for next 24 to 48 hours. But another western disturbance is approaching. This will give rainfall activities over Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, West Uttar Pradesh, and northern parts of Rajasthan until 25th of March. Thereafter, weather will subside, or we can say rain activities will subside across the country. And the month of April and May seems to be much hotter than normal. A heat wave will persistent heat wave will be there, and occasional thunder showers may give some relief. And as for monsoon, evolving El Nino conditions are going to prevail now. It is now in neutral condition, and whenever there is El Nino condition, monsoon is going to get adverse impact over monsoon. And another factor is Indian Ocean dipole, which seems to be slightly positive, but we have to wait and see until April, because this is spring barrier and forecasters for all the models are not very accurate. But yes, we are towards El Nino, and it will certainly impact the monsoon.
Okay, all right. If you could give us a few more details, sir. I believe, we have never had 5 consecutive good monsoons. So history is against us as well, right, for the last many years. Could you clarify on that point? Last 4 were good. In the middle, we had a bit of a scare, but that as well didn't turn out to be a bad monsoon for us. Go ahead.
Yes, in 2019, there was El Nino condition, but the rescue was there due to historically positive IOD. Indian Ocean dipole was very positive. So despite El Nino, monsoon was good, above normal. And 20, 21, and 22, we have seen triple dip La Nina, which is very rare. And monsoon, last 4 years, monsoon was good. But now this is El Nino conditions are evolving. El Nino is more dangerous than the El Nino which is already there. So the impact of monsoon, over monsoon of the El Nino will be seen in the month of particularly July and August, because it is evolving and it will take shape, or you can say intensify by second half of monsoon. So chances are there as of now that monsoon will get impacted in the rainiest months, which are July and August, and rainfall may be below normal. But we will come up with a monsoon forecast. IMD will also come up with monsoon forecast in first week of April, and similarly, SkyMed will also release its forecast. But yes, the impact of El Nino will be seen. Yeah.
Right, rainfall will be below normal is what your expectation is, but at the same time, you haven't yet come out with the formal forecast for monsoons yet, for which we will have to wait for the first week of April. But as of now, your hunch, because of the current circumstances, is that the rainfall may perhaps be below normal. Just wanted to understand, so there are 2 factors, right, that impact agriculture on a whole. One is the quantum of rainfall. The second one is the spread of rainfall. So how do you view El Nino for the spread of rainfall as well? Because as history suggests, you said that it impacts the quantum of the rainfall. But does it, impact the spread of rainfall as well?
Yeah, sometimes it happens that the break monsoon conditions occur in northwest India and eastern parts of the country usually gets lesser rainfall, and central parts of the country, since last 1 decade or so, we are witnessing that central part of the country has been receiving more rainfall and intense weather activities during monsoon season. And extreme weather events will also increase during El Nino year. So the quantum of rain will not be, the difference between quantum of rain will not be very high, but yes, the geographical distribution will be disturbed, and there may be heavy downpour in some areas, particularly central parts of the country, like East Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh, and sometimes Vidarbha and Marathwada. And on the other hand, usually the northwest India, particularly Punjab, Haryana, and Indo-Gangetic plains of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand, and West Bengal usually receives a lesser amount of rainfall. So this we have seen, the trend is like this, and we have to wait and see because there are always surprises are there during monsoon months, and we have seen them. So as of now, the indications is that the central India will get more rain in comparison to northwest India.
Mr. Palawat, finally, before we let you go, I mean, I understand that your expertise lies more in the weather than demand, but you also speak to a wide swathe of farmers, and you have all of them as your customers who you give weather updates to. Across the conversations that you've had with the agricultural areas and the rural areas, what is your sense with regards to how demand has been so far? How are farmers? Are they optimistic about the near future?
The farmers of Rajasthan are very depressed because they have suffered a huge loss due to these unseasonal rains, and still the damage of crop over Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh is very minimal, and Madhya Pradesh is also good, and parts of we can say the North Gujarat and Vidarbha and Marathwada. These areas also suffered some losses. But overall, the situation seems to be normal, except eastern parts of Rajasthan and North Gujarat. Yeah.
What about UP, Mr. Palawat?
Sorry, Uttar Pradesh?
Yes.
Yeah. Uttar Pradesh, as of now, we have not seen any intense weather activity in a few districts like Bareilly, Muzaffarnagar, and Meerut. Most of the areas in central and eastern parts of the Uttar Pradesh are safe, and they received only light rain activities, scattered rain activities, and there was no hailstorm or strong winds which would have damaged the standing crop. And we can say the output of UP will not suffer as of now, and most parts of Haryana and Punjab are also on safer side.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much, Mr. Palawat, for stopping by and giving us your inputs into what's going on in the monsoon space. We look forward to your forecast, and we'll connect yet again in the next couple of weeks. By the way, as we were having that chat, on the monsoon situation, a couple of stocks have moved to the high point of the day, and some of these stocks have been underperformers. Delta Corp has moved to the day's high, Max Financial as well. The street was sniffing a bit of a deal that could take place. That's not happened as of now. The stock has recovered a goodish bit after correcting a fair bit from the top. Piramal Pharma, a rank underperformer. That's another one that's seeing a bit of a volume spurt out there. And PFC as well. From the red, it's moved into the green. So a few of these stocks should come up for you on the screen. Well, for the time being, though, we'll slip into a short break. You come back, we'll continue our focus on the markets. Welcome back. Well, the markets are up close to around 80 points odd. A few notable gainers, particularly from the Nifty space itself. Reliance Industries, that's clearly the one that's batting for the bulls as we speak. So that's moved to the high point of the day. HDFC Life, a couple of these life insurance stocks actually are doing well. HDFC Life, SBI Life, remember post the budget, they got hit the hardest. And they, in fact, have bounced up. Even the Bajaj twins are doing well. Bajaj Auto and Bajaj Finance, both of them moved to the high point of the day. On the flip side, you have BPCL that's now moved to the low point of the day. And Apollo Hospitals as well is seeing some selling. But we have completely run out of time on this edition of Chartbusters. You stay with us. Trading Hour comes up next.